The master straightened and moved to one of the walls and The master straightened and moved to one of the walls. The master straightened and moved to one of the walls of his study. The room itself was sparsely decorated, and the Fire Nation insignia was hung on one wall. As were a map of the world and a smaller, more detailed map of Symmetra Island. The picture of Fire Lord Ozai kept watch from a wall directly behind Zorin's desk. Redo. The girl cocked her head to one side. She shifted her gaze from the wall back to her hands. To be Yu-Yan? It meant everything to her. It meant that her fire baron it meant that her firebender parents would see that. God damn it. But if she was honest with herself, Shiori knew those weren't the only true motivating forces behind her actions. It was her brother, her beloved Kisuke. It was her brother, her beloved Kisuke. Kisuke. It was her brother, her beloved Kisuke. She had always looked up to her brother, had always followed faithfully in his footsteps, and now she wanted to walk by his side, as an equal. She wanted him to see her, to acknowledge her existence, to be proud of their relation, and nothing was going to stand in the way of that. Ooh, reread. The girl cocked her head to one side. You didn't move up, did you? But if she was honest with herself, Shiori knew those weren't the only true motivating forces behind her actions. It was her brother. It was her brother. Her beloved Kisuke. Her beloved Kisuke. It was her brother, her beloved Kisuke, whom she wanted to impress. In a movement too quick for her eye to follow, the Yu-Yan master. Shiori felt a trickle of cold sweat run down her back as she stared at the red flecking, vibrating just under her nose. She hadn't even seen the shot fired. God damn it. In a movement too quick for her eye to follow, the Yu-Yan master Master Zorin's red-rimmed orb stared at the girl. She was fixated on this arrow, wide-eyed, and at the moment looking nothing like the Yu-Yan archer she was so desperately... I can't talk today. That's what's going on. I have a page left, and I can't get through it if I keep doing this.
Her technical skills are great. There is no question on that, Master Zorin. But her level of discipline is lacking. She may have the talent of a fifth-year student, but even a first-year knows better than to offer a rebuttal to an instructor. This isn't the first occurrence either. It's disruptive to my class, and unworthy behavior for a prospective Yu-Yan.
Alright, first chapter I get to do lines for Zorin. Talking back to an instructor was a foolish act, but you know that, don't you? As this isn't the first time, I suppose I could... No. This is all coming off of a bit Romanian. I don't particularly like that. It's annoying for me that I can't do this accent right. Talking back to an instructor was a foolish act, but you know that, don't you? As this isn't the first time, I suppose I could dismiss it as simple recklessness on your part. But you've never been overly reckless. No, great. Well, now we're getting proper bloopers for this. Talking back to an instructor was a foolish act, but you know that, don't you? As this isn't the first time, I suppose I could dismiss it as simple recklessness on your part. But you've never been overly reckless before. Impatient, yes, but not reckless. I'm gonna need to get a Granny Smith. Pausing the recording for that. Okay, I'm back. And, Headphones are on, so now I can hear myself saying that I'm back and stuff. And Apple. Let's hope this works. Talking back to an instructor was a foolish act. But you know that, don't you? As this isn't the first time, I suppose I could dismiss it as simple recklessness on your part. But you've never been overly reckless before. Impatient, yes, but not reckless. Perhaps it would help if... Nah. Okay. Talking back to an instructor was a foolish act. But you know that, don't you? As this isn't the first time, I suppose I could dismiss it as simple recklessness on your part. But you've never been overly reckless before. Impatient, yes, but not reckless. Perhaps it would help if we got to the root of the problem. Shiori, tell me why your shot was out of time with the others. It wound up sounding Romanian again at the end. This is gonna be the hardest character I have to voice. It takes a certain amount of talent to time their shot in order to avoid hitting such an erratically moving object. It speaks well of your skills as an archer. However, by throwing off your shot to spare the life of an insect, and by offering I'm gonna do this entire line as Elmer Fudd now. It takes a certain amount of talent to time your shot in order to avoid hitting such an erratically moving target. Object. Cancel the Elmer Fudd take. Well, at least it seems you can learn from past mistakes. Perhaps not all hope is lost for you. Much of the training done here isn't just about improving your skills as an archer, but about preparing you for a life of following orders without question. We Yoyan are the best of the best, because we give up something very precious, our conscience. Just like our bows, we are cold, efficient killers. It's coming across French now. I'm redoing this line at the very least. Much of the training done here isn't just about improving your skills as an archer, but about preparing you for a life of following orders without question. We Yoyan. Again, I paused at the end of the line. Much of the training done here isn't just about improving your skills as an archer, but about preparing you for a life of following orders without question. We Yoyan are the best of the best, because we give up something very precious, our conscience. Just like our bows, we are cold if... By the time I get to cold, it's completely switched over to French. Shiori, we are cold, efficient killers. Cold, efficient... I can't say cold, efficient killers without it coming across as French. And I don't actually know why. I mean, there's probably reasons, but I'm getting off topic. Heck with it, I'll go with it being French if I can at least get the line done. Much of the training done here isn't just about improving your skills as an archer, but about preparing you for a life of following orders without question. We Yoyan are the best of the best, because we give up something very precious, our conscience. Just like our bows, we are cold, efficient killers. That is what it means to be Yoyan. Yes, I said it without it sounding French. Woohoo! Go me! Alright, back to Zorin. Shiori! I like doing that. Shiori, whether or not you become Yoyan is a question that only you and the spirits can answer. I want you to meditate on what I have told you. Think hard about the sacrifice of spirit that you will have to make in order to achieve your goal. You can do this while you spend the next 2 weeks studying with the first years. It's still coming across Romanian, but I have given up on having it sound any different. This weird, muddled accent will be how Master Zorin winds up sounding.